Dear wine lovers, in this episode I will tell you everything you wanted to know about amphoras. So I am in Alentejo, the region on the south of Portugal, and I came here because I was invited for a beautiful event called Amphora Day. I need to use that opportunity to make a special video for you about amphora. I took some of the winemakers and I asked them a few questions, and I made this episode exactly how you like it. So one question, many answers. What is amphora?
Amphora is a talha, is the oldest fermenter that men have made, probably, made of clay, and is an ovoid-shaped container that is great to make wines.
Amphora is a special vessel clay, which is in Georgia traditionally we are putting in the ground.
What are you using amphora for?
For fermenting and for mature whites and red wines.
Why amphora is it so special?
Because it's a vessel that can breathe.
It's special about the method of production because it inputs a lot into the wine for the shape of it, for the uncontrolled temperature during the fermentation, for the long skin contact. So it's a wine that will really feel the method of production.
Because the amphora is our heritage, and we started to produce the wine in 8,000 years ago in Georgia. So, and the wines makes more fresh. This is my personal opinion. And the wine is keeping very well in the amphora. So this is two reasons why we are putting in wine in amphora.
Does amphora help you to control somehow the temperature?
Yes, because they breathe, and it's like when you're sweating. Your evaporation of the water will cool you down, exactly the same.
What about the shape of amphora? How does it help you?
I don't know. Some say it gives a movement to the wine, some others say different, and I think we just have to try ourselves to find out what it actually makes.
It's very important because they are like an ovoid shape. When the gas of fermentation goes up, it hits the wall, making the must, the liquid, to move. And with that you have a natural permanent batonnage. And with a good batonnage you have healthy yeast. With healthy yeast you have a very good fermentation.
Do you put amphora in the ground like in Georgia?
No, our amphoras are overground.
We did the experience. We put them in the ground, but unfortunately the amphoras broke. So since these days we have them not anymore in the ground. They are inside in our cellar standing.
Why do you put amphoras in the ground?
First of all, this is temperature controlling temperature. The keeping temperature and also fermentation temperature. This is very important in the wine making.
Can you feel the impact of amphora in the wine?
Easier to feel more eventually in the whites because you have a sense of complexity, of earthiness, of absence of primary fruit. And then when you put it on your palate, you have this earthy savoriness, this phenolic edge because of this long skin contact. And when you're talking about reds, you have earthiness to it. So I think it's easy to detect on the whites.
A wine made in amphora have this earthiness, these different layers of tannins that have different grains, and also the extraction level that you get with it is quite different, and they have a life from themselves. So the different kind of clay that they are made of, it will give different properties to the wine.
How long do you keep wines in the amphora?
So for us, the fermentation ends and the wine still's there up to January. So we're talking about normally about 5 months, 4.5. It's not a mathematical point of view, so it depends on the tasting.
The fermentation is going around 3 weeks, then maceration is going around 7 months under the skin contact.
What is inside amphora?
You can have it lined or you can have it unlined with raw clay, but the traditional lining is a mix of pine tree resin and bee wax. And that combination can add flavor to it, so I prefer to have it raw, like unlined.
How big is an amphora?
An amphora can go from a tareco, that is a really small one, like 15 liters, up to 1,000 liter capacity and even more. There are some talhas known in Alentejo that have 4,000 liter capacity.
My amphoras this beginning is 100 liters, and I have even 2.5 ton.
How expensive is an amphora?
What we bought in the village in 19 and 18, we bought it normally for €1 per liter. of capacity. So that means 800 liters would cost 800 euros or around.
It costs around $1 per liter, so it's very expensive actually. So if you calculate it on the 2.5 ton, it comes, that's multiplying to 2005.
How long you can use an amphora?
In my own winery, I have tallas from the 17th century. You make the math.
Whole life.
How do you clean an amphora?
We clean it with water under pressure and then a solution of tartaric acid, normally at 5%, and that's what we do.
We just take everything out and by hand, and that's it.
But by hand with water or
With water, yeah.
Okay, can you say it with water?
Yeah, we clean amphoras with water.
Thank you.
This is very difficult things, so we are cleaning around 10 times per year. So, and why I'm cleaning while when I put the clean water, I tested this clean water after 2 days, then whether it smell or not. So I'm cleaning amphora while the clean water is drinkable.
Do you think there is like a fashion for wines from amphora today?
There's a fashion about tradition. People want to know more. People want to discover. They want to go back to the roots. And there's nothing more old on winemaking than making wine in amphora. So yes, of course, there's a fashion. But the fashion is people want to go back in time and understand where it's coming from.
I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Please give us thumbs up, follow us, share this video as much as you can, because everybody should know more about amphoras. Bye!